So today, guys, we are going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks for Pathway Park for the Luna League that a lot of you guys are having trouble getting that 10 of 10 and you guys want to get it done. So what I'll be doing is I will be showing you guys how to do it. Now remember, if you guys can't end up getting it done, you do have next week, and what it'll do, it'll just calculate the medals you have now and then the medals you get next week, and then that'll be your total. So it shouldn't be too hard. But if you guys want to be able to say, hey, I beat this on 10 of 10, well, I'll be showing you guys a breakdown of the video that I showed you previously that showed you the full run and the build the Eclipse protocol. The trick to this is actually finding the spawn points, and we'll break it down right now so that way you guys can see. So let's get right into it. So we're starting the mission right here, right? We got the mission started, and the first group is going to be pretty easy to pinpoint because as soon as you get the Eclipse protocol status effect on, the group right here on the left, if you notice, it's going to trigger the group on the right. Now I will tell you, having the biomass does make this a lot easier. If you don't have the biomass, it's definitely gonna be a little bit harder to get all those ticks off. But the biomass with the Eclipse protocol, spreading that burn is amazing, and that's what we're using here. And then that's all you have to do. That first part's so easy, you should be able to do it. Every time I get past this, about 25 seconds, and then we hit this room. Now this room is the room that you need to know where the enemies spawn, right? So there's gonna be three things you guys want to do. You guys want to make sure that you have a striker drone because it's gonna help you fight those enemies that don't take any status effects, and you'll see that in a second. And you'll be able to put out some damage. So there's two spawns, right, left. What you can do is you could pre-fire it right here if you want, or you can wait for them to spawn. I pre-fired it. As soon as they came out, I hit R1 on the button. The guys on the PS5 controller or Xbox, R1 should ignite it. Same thing right here. I know they're gonna come here. So those are the two doors. Once you kill all of those, that should just continue to spread, and you shouldn't have to fight any of those guys. The only guy you're gonna have to fight is the big heavy because he doesn't take any status effects. So that's what you're gonna have to do, is just make sure you're blasting it. If you guys have the capacitor, that's amazing right there. If you don't, well, then what you guys want to do is use something like a test subject. And then once you do that, you should be done. This part I was about 1 minute 40 almost every time. You gotta open up this room right here, then cut right back. The trick to cutting down time is knowing where you're going and then knowing the spawn points. This part right here, you want to try to just avoid them all without getting shot, and that's going to be best. Now, this part right here, you guys can mess up because sometimes if you kill this guy, it won't spread like you see right here. So you're going to want to launch one more right away. Launch another one. The purples tend to not die instantly, and that's what you want. You want to be able to, and then you just see the spread just happens. Now, you're going to have a group to the right and a group to the left. I personally would hit the group on the left and then try to hit this group on the right. If you can get that group that just came out, I missed that shot, you can finish this a lot quicker. But as soon as you get this group on the right, it should be done, and then you'll just have one right there. And then if there's just one guy, pull out the weapon and just finish him off. And that's it. It's pretty simple. What the Eclipse allows you to do is kill a lot of enemies at once, right? It's like a lot of enemies will die pretty quick. And that's what you guys are looking for, right? As we continue through here, you can either go up the left side. I always go up the right side. And there's going to be two groups you want to hit. You want to hit the group right next to you. And a lot of times it doesn't spread to the group behind. So you don't want to hit that guy. And then that guy will definitely spread it. And it should just take out everybody else. And then you'll have one final group that comes up as two guys. So if he doesn't come out so he spreads it, just run in there. Don't waste a chem here. Because also another thing you guys want to do is try to make sure that you're keeping those chems for crucial like instances. Like at this point right here, right? The voice too, the dialogue slows you down too, and that's what you need to make sure you have enough time. And you'll see at the end, I'll explain that you'll need a little bit more time. So once you hit this computer here, make sure you hit that door right there. That's all you want to do. Grab that door. Don't go back the other way. Sometimes I do that and I'll lose time, and then continue on. And this is pretty simple right here. You just run all the way down. And in this room right here, this is another room that you need to know where the spawn points are. There's typically 3 sides that they come off. Your left, your right in front of you, and then to your right. He's going to come out to the left of this. There's going to be an NPC right here. If you can hit this NPC right off the bat, You could start it off, but that's where you're gonna see he's gonna drop down. As soon as he drops down, you want to try to like hit him with the burn, because the trick I found out is you want to try to get him out as quick as possible and then hit the NPCs. This is the room that you can lose a lot of time on, and I'll tell you that's where I noticed I lost a lot of time on, was not knowing these spawns. You usually have to the left, you'll have NPCs here, you'll have one a little bit to the bottom, and then you'll have them to the right. So they can only spawn in these 3 areas, and that's what you just have to make sure you're paying attention to, and then make sure you use your chems. You notice I got a little worried because I actually ran out of my chems, but I hit them enough. And then there's just 2 guys left. There's going to be these final 2 guys. Make sure you wait for them. Don't take off and try to open the door, because you can't do nothing. Wait for that dialogue, and again, like I said, you'll be able to continue on, and we break that down right there. Perfect. And we're just going to continue on, keep on moving. Now, this part right here is pretty simple. Just got to run straight through. Don't my key tip, honestly, is don't pick up any type of gear. Like, just leave it. Like, I know some of you guys are like, man, I don't really want to pick that up. What if it's something I need? When you're doing these speed runs, nothing that drops is what you need. I mean, if you get an exotic, you could probably pick it up. But yeah, cut through the what you're gonna do is make sure you cut through this train right here, and then you're just gonna drop down and then go to your left. So if you look right here, we're about 5 minutes, which is 5 minutes and 30 seconds, which you want to be able to do. Now you want to hit these guys right here, and make sure you cause that you get that biomass kicked off in the fire, and then you're gonna have a guy up here, so you can hit him. And if you miss it like I do, you don't want to do that. Right there, you want to grab that. As soon as that kicks off, it should hit the guy in the back. Just ignore it. You're gonna have 1 guy up top. You want to shoot 1 chem up there, pop it, and then it should spread it automatically to these guys, and you don't even have to fight these guys. So you see that 1 guy, if you hit him up top, the biomass and the eclipse, the status effect will spread to the other 2. And then right here, don't even waste your chem launchers. Just use your gun, shoot them real quick, and then go through. This is a great part for you to start recharging those chems, because that's what you don't want to happen. And keep going. We got a guy here. Perfect. And then we just have 1. And then after those 2 guys, you want to just run upstairs. You can actually target enemies that you want to leave. Like if you leave 1 guy behind with your turret, and your turret should be able to do it. Now this is the part where you're gonna need to make sure that you keep the crane moving. If you're here with it under 7 minutes, you're probably in good shape, because the trick after this is really just know the spawns. So once you trigger the first time, there's gonna be NPCs that spawn right in front of you, and then just to the left of you. So if you can line it up like I just did right here, this will actually take out a lot of them. So like once you start that, they're not going to survive you. They 100% will not survive your chem. And the same thing, you want to hit that right there. And then if he happens to stop it, if he hits that switch right there, you're going to have to go reactivate it, because they do click it. Like, you can go through the whole thing without them reactivating. I personally think this is probably one of the harder ones to keep from reactivating, because he's going to hit that, especially with the chems. What you want to do is make sure you activate it as soon as possible. And now you can really focus on the NPCs, because none of the NPCs are going to spawn behind you anymore. They're all going to spawn in front of you. So this is a great spot for you guys to start. They're going to either spawn, they're going to jump down, or they're going to come on the ladder on the left or the ladder on the right. Now this big guy right here, what you want to do is target him with your drone, and then just start firing at him. Capacitor, test subject, whatever you have, just keep blasting at him, because it's better to get rid of him before he comes up. And same thing, just get rid of these guys right here, and just keep laying into him. You should be able to kill him before he has a chance of getting at you. Now, if you're good enough, you should be able to drop him down below. At this point, I was a little slow. Right here, same thing, boom. It should stop all of them. And you saw he hit the switch because I was a little too slow. So just make sure if he does hit the switch, you're close enough to make sure that you reactivate it. And then now, at this point, they're only going to spawn on the left or right. So once guys drop down, I want to make sure I pre-fire, ignite it, boom. Same thing right here. I'm going to pre-fire, ignite it if I have one. If I don't, just use my turret and let him finish everything else. And we just have 2 more right here. None should be coming from behind you. They should all either be coming from underneath, and they'll come up the ladder. And then just finish this. and then that should automatically kill him. You're gonna, once you use that, that's the last one. So if you can finish this one in around 9 minutes, 10 seconds, you're good. Stand by this gate. As soon as you push that button, push square and then jump down. So a little guide. Not, I want to say 9:30 will be the least amount of time, but I will tell you 100% that the faster you can do the first part, the more time you give yourself at the boss, because you guys know how it is. That last boss sequence is so far distance that you have to land those chem shots, and if you miss any, you're gonna have to wait for it to recharge. So you're gonna run through here. There's gonna be a set of 2 guys. What I would recommend is just ignoring them. Don't even shoot the chem, just run right by it. You're gonna come on the other side. If you would like, you could target them with your drone, right? Your drone can go up there and you're gonna come up this ladder. So don't even target those guys, just run right by them. Now you can also use a chem on them once you come up these stairs. If you already kill one, just finish off the other one and then keep going. And that'll save you another chem. So instead of me only having 3 chems in this next sequence, I have 4. So right here, you want to make sure that you get the chems ready. You burn them, it's going to kill those 2 guys, and then you want to hit the chem right in the back. And that should kill those 2 guys off right there, or 3. And there you go. So there shouldn't be any more guys right here. That's it. Those 2 guys there, the 3 guys in the back, and boom. Now we're near the final sequence. So once you get to the final room, being around 11 minutes is really going to help you guys out. So you see we're pushing it, right? We're doing really good. Not bad. And we're going to hit this room, and this is the final room. So some people, they tend to use a different build until they get to the final room and then switch to Eclipse. I felt that running Eclipse all the way through, if you can land those chem shots with the biomass, there was nothing faster, and you'll see how I was able to beat. I see my personal best was 15-12, and it took me like 2 runs to really get, I think, well, it was a 14, under 14, 14-20. So there's gonna be 2 guys. One guy's gonna jump out of this room right here, and then there's gonna be 1 guy to the left. So what you wanna do is line up perfect. So if you can hit that right there, there you go. I'm gonna blow it up. You see how the Eclipse just starts hitting the guys, even when the guys are spawning, boom, constantly goes to them. That's what you want. You want that ticking to happen, because then you don't have to fight anybody, and then you just have Kajika, and then there you go. If you can hit him with one, then you could just use your AR on him, the capacitor or the test subject, and just keep laying into him. You don't even have to shoot another chem at him. There you go. Once he starts shooting his arrows at you, run to the other side, and then after you pull this switch right here, what you're gonna want to do is aim for the back, right? So you're gonna see right in the back. Wait for this. They're gonna drop down to the back. So if you can line up 1 cam right here, you can really set yourself up for success, because that's gonna kill these guys here. Look, boom. And then it should just tick everybody else, and there shouldn't be anybody else you have to worry about. See, look at that, boom, boom. And then the only person you have is Kajika, so want to aim right up here, because he's gonna come to that door. If he doesn't, he's gonna go to the right, and boom, and then it should automatically put him on fire. You can send your drone up there, but it should, once the Eclipse and the bio stop ticking, he should automatically, like, it should be enough damage till you're at this part. Now you can see we're at 12 minutes and 49 seconds. This is actually great time. This is the fastest I had got all of them. Pull the switch. As soon as it jumps down, you want to go right up to the ladder to the left. The ladder to the left is going to be perfect for you. And you'll see why. You cut through here. You can shoot 1 chem up there as soon as those guys drop, and then explode it. Wait till they drop down. There you go, perfect. So it kills them. It's going to spread to him, and then what you could do is like stand up here, shoot it again, boom, and then it should automatically tick these guys, and then you can finish them off. Now this next part is the final sequence, right? You can shoot this just to make sure that you get rid of these guys. You want to make sure these guys are dead so they don't like run off. I still have 5 chems left, so I'm gonna put it down. It's gonna start it. He's gonna be dead, and then as soon as he's dead, they're gonna be dead. Just run to the door, and boom, and that's it. You see, 13 minutes 45 seconds is when I finish the final boss and all enemies, and I still don't even get that. Like, so I'm gonna go through here, and then there's gonna be a dialogue. So right here we're gonna be at like 14, and I think it's 14, 15 or something. So they talk, but But you saw we hit the switch at 13:59, but we had finished the last boss at 13:45, and then it should be done pretty. I think 14:12 is what we did, or something like that. We'll see right now. The time is 14:14, and that is the trick right there, guys. Just knowing where the spawn points are, running it once or twice, and you should be good. And I was running Eclipse Protocol. I really believe that running the build like this with the biomass is going to give you the highest chance for success. Now, I will be going back and trying to do it with the build without the biomass to see if I can still do it. Now, I will tell you, you don't have to really worry about the watch level, because watch levels give you 10% skill haste, 10% skill damage. It does not give you 10% status effects. So, and status effects is what you want with this build. So, that's it right there, guys. If you guys have any questions, if you guys need more help, please let me know. Hopefully this helped you guys out. I'll see you in the next one. But until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.